Hey, so I studied Alex Hormozi's content strategy and how we got 3 million followers. And in this video, I want to sort of show you step by step how he has done it himself and how I'm doing it myself to be able to charge multiple four figures for my offer in the coaching space and how you can do that as well. As you can see, the stripe, whatever. But essentially, in this video, the reason why he got as many followers is simple because he made or created a system which consistently allowed him to get a lot of engagement and obviously funnel people through school at acquisition.com, right? So the the first thing that I want to mention before I show you the five-step pillar that he talks about, or also a five-step phase, is that quantity does determine quality, and that's definitely true. But one thing that I want to add is that to speed this up, you want to have continual reflection in your work. At every stage of your work, if you continue to put out the same videos, even if it's like 100 videos of the same, content and the same quality, then the actual quality of your video never actually improves if you don't know how to be obsessive over making the video better each time. It's not about perfection, that's true, but it's about how every video that you're making, it has to be at least 1% better. The hook has to be different. The value has to be stated more coherently. Maybe you change the CTA to something else. And, much like ads, you want to be able to have a way of replicating really good results by continually changing minor aspects of your creative so that it performs the best. And that's how I've been able to generate 26K views with only 9 posts. And I know that people are saying, oh, it's not even that viral, it's not even that great. But I've been able to book 19 calls with this amount of engagement. So you can call me bad or good. That's subjective and up to you. But essentially, my next 6 months are going to be insane, and the process that I'm about to show you today will be the one that I'll be following for my entire life, I guess, unless I evolve and change, which I will. But essentially, let me show you the five pillars. So, onto the first one. So, I just want to first make a disclaimer that when you're making content, it's important to know that it's not a replacement for manual outbounding. So, for example, Instagram, sending out cold DMs, or even on LinkedIn, and even automating that. It's not a replacement for affiliate links or paid ads or referrals. You still need main forms of client acquisition because it's a big mistake that if everybody drops the client acquisition and focuses all on their content, because content, yes, it is another job because you have to think of ideas, script, edit, I understand. But if you remove your current client acquisition processes, then you're limiting yourself because content does not give you the result instantaneously unless you somehow go viral and you get insanely lucky. But that's not the reality for a lot of people, right? So, in order to have consistency, you still need to have all of these outbound strategies or inbound strategies to get people to actually come in. So, more so, I guess, content is inbound. And so it takes months. Think of it as digital real estate. As you make more content, the investment that you put in, the time that you put in, the effort that you put into content, it compounds over time. And so, just like real estate, you can't just buy a house and instantly sell it the next day. The price and its value increases over time, increases over a period of months and years. And that's why it's important to not forget to stop these things, right? So continue to do them. Just do it and just post something alongside however busy you are doing all of these acquisition methods. Now, the next thing is posting cadence. So you want to post consistently. So for me right now, in my current situation, and I know it may not be the best, is that I'm posting one reel a week, which is the highest quality that I can produce in the idea, in the script, in the editing, and also one YouTube video a week as well. So as you can see, this long form content, right? And this is something that I am hire more VAs as I hire more editing. I'm able to leverage my money to buy back my time. And so for me right now, what I'm currently doing is I batch create all of my content for a month for my reels within one day. For YouTube, I make them weekly because they do take some time to make. Honestly, it's probably one of the most time consuming aspects of the business. I can't even lie. Besides also, fulfilling and actually building out systems. But making your content work for you, obviously over time, is what you actually want. Now, how you can make this more efficient is by having a team. So currently I have an editor right now, and my VA does not touch my content at all because I actually want to handle that myself. And so how I would buy back my time is by leveraging my VA to, you know, be in better communication with my thoughts and also the editor, but also be able to read my mind and know what I would want and my expectations. And this is something that I'm still working on so that I can be in a position that where they can actually take over my long form and my short form. But at the same time, IVA, it's sort of impossible for them to sort of read my mind and know how to make these drawings and represent it in the format that I would, agree with and actually want myself. So I hope that's made sense so far. Now, the next thing is once you actually adhere to a posting cadence, so let's say posting 5 reels a week and 1 YouTube video a week, then you want to post on all of your platforms. So on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. And you can only establish this once you understand that you're actually able and you have the systems to post on a regular basis every week. So each platform and actually use and expand the reach. So you have that. Now you can actually make multiple accounts on each platform. This is what Luke Belmont does. This is what Alex Hormozi does. This is what Andrew Tate does. Actually, I'm not sure if Alex Hormozi does this openly, but these guys all have, and I know like Luke Belmont, Andrew Tate 100% has this, and many Twitch streamers that you may see online, they have clippers. They have people who either have affiliate links to their programs or people who have opened up multiple accounts, obviously sharing their content. Iman Gadzi, another prominent person who definitely uses this system. So the reason why they do this is because you post one piece of content on one account on one platform. Let's say that reaches 1,000 views, right? But if you post that one piece of content on 3 multiple accounts, let's say it only has 1,000 views on each, now you have 3,000 views on each of your accounts. Posted on 3 platforms, now you have 9,000 views off a 1,000 average view per video. So do you see, simply by expanding and scaling horizontally on all these platforms and making multiple accounts, then you're able to simply leverage those accounts to get more engagement without actually having to post more. Simply, instead of posting more on each account, you're posting the same content or repurpose it into multiple platforms. You're able to just get unlimited reach and hack the algorithm and essentially just leverage organic views, right? Without actually having to pay with so many ads. And currently for me right now, I'm running 2 accounts, and essentially what I do is I'm posting on one account, so my main account, MattPHXM, and I'm a collaborator on another account. And later on, I'll be leveraging that account for my testimonials, and at the same time, be making another account. I'll be clipping, so for example, my YouTube videos, just like this, and it'll be clipped in a way where you can see what I'm saying in a more short form motivational video as well, and they seem to be performing quite well. Or even, just storytelling videos that you're telling on YouTube that you can clip and actually turn that into short form. But the difficulty with that is that you need editors because it takes up a lot of time to chop up all these clips and know which segments to actually include and to make a palatable the algorithm, especially on Instagram. Everybody's brain rotted. Everybody wants short acting dopamine. And so it's quite difficult to make it appealing. So that's why it takes a lot of time and you need a VA, you need an editor to actually do that for you. So, I mean, you could easily just do that. Just hire someone on Fiverr or on Instagram even. A lot of people, there's a lot of editors in third world countries and they are extremely hard workers. Massive respect to those people because they work so hard for cheap and offer an amazing service. So big shout out to those guys. So next thing is maximizing output. So like I said, before we were scaling horizontally, we were making content which was spread out through multiple accounts, right? But and this is very logical, how you can expand and actually increase your engagement even further is by posting more and maximizing the output. Let's say on your YouTube, on your LinkedIn, on your Instagram, you're posting 5 pieces of content. Actually, for YouTube, I wouldn't say for YouTube, but for Instagram, you're posting 5 pieces of content per week, so short form. So let's say instead of 5, let's do 7 now. So you maximize the amount of posts that you're making per day. And it's really controversial. A lot of people think that posting once a day is actually like okay, like it won't harm your engagement. And actually, I recently came across a a channel, like an Instagram page, and they had 9 billion engagements on their platform. And they posted, I believe it was like 10 times per day, which is absolutely insane. Obviously, they have a huge production team, but it's a myth in saying that people think that if you post, let's say, two, three posts, four posts, more than that, that it will harm their engagement. But actually, it won't. And if you're able to go to phase four, because currently I'm not on that phase right now personally, but if you can get to the stage where you can post 10 pieces of content per day on each of your accounts, then you're just going to maximize, your engagement, your reach, and you're going to be able to, I guess, as a result, have insane volume with that outreach. But anyways, the last part is capturing and creating. And now I've drawn a very bad image of a podcasting room, but essentially what this is showcasing is that you want to build a content machine that allows you to leverage simply just existing to make content. So what this means is that you hop on podcast, you have a production crew with you like all the time. Essentially, like, think about the UFC fighters. When they're training for the camp, they can't just record, themselves. They have an entire team, which I don't know who outsources them out to, but I assume just their managerial team, where they're making content on the go as they're living. So it's not stopping them from living their lives. It's content that is being made naturally, organically, that is being able to share, in an authentic manner what they're going through, their knowledge and their expertise as they're living. So think about Joe Rogan, right? Joe Rogan films a podcast, let's say like a 3 hour podcast, and he makes so many clips out of that. He makes an insane amount of clips through that by having, you know, a massive production team, editing team to essentially do this for him. And with this team, they're able to clip up so many clips and distribute it through multiple accounts and just get his reach out to a lot of people. And so making long form content or having long form pieces of content and then making it into short form is going to be absolutely insane. That's why in this year, I'm going to leverage YouTube and make so much long form content that later on, when I actually have the financial capacity and a team and fulfillment to actually do this, then I'm going to hire out a team and make, a clipping team where I can make multiple accounts and have people actually see my content on multiple platforms, on multiple accounts to amplify my content. And at the same time, leverage paid ads as well. I mean, this is only one acquisition channel that I'm speaking about right now, which is just organic content. And if you're able to leverage paid ads with this as well, which I'm doing with Instagram boosted content, then it's going to be absolutely insane. So some final thoughts before I wrap it up. So you don't have to be, famous to be charging these amounts. All you need is a dialed in message. You need to understand exactly who you're speaking to, your ICP, have a unique selling proposition for these people, and then simply provide as much value as you can to these people, attract the right crowd, and convert this crowd either through your ads and a call to action, if it's appointment setting, whatever it is, just do it and do it well and be clear. And that's all I have for you today. So hope you had a good day. See ya. Bye bye.